Go.
All right, welcome back everyone to the Kentucky Derby at Home celebration. We are back with some more fun kids crafts. I'm Jennifer, and this is Evan. We're on staff here at the Kentucky Derby Museum. Though it's Derby Day every day at the Derby Museum, the first Saturday in May definitely holds a special place in our hearts. So it may not be the actual running of the Kentucky Derby today, but we are ready to celebrate, and Derby would not quite be the same without some really fun hats. Hats is a long-standing tradition here at Churchill Downs in the Kentucky Derby. Evan, what's your favorite Kentucky Derby tradition?
Oh gosh, everything, but just the race itself and hearing those horses run by you is an experience unlike any other.
Yeah. Nothing like being surrounded by 160,000 screaming fans. It is definitely exciting. So we're going to have a little fun. We're going to make a great craft with items that you have around your house. Get everybody derby ready. So all you need to get started is some tissue paper or coffee filters, a piece of cardstock or cardboard, a paper plate, and a headband or a hair clip, and a piece of ribbon. So here we go. We're going to start by creating our flower for our fascinator. So let's say we're going to start with some tissue paper. So you want between 8 and 12 sheets of tissue paper, any size, any color. They can have a pattern like Evan's Fascinator. They can be solid. They can be all one color. Totally up to you. So right now we both have about 10 sheets of tissue paper right here in front of us, and it's shaped in a rectangle. That's often how tissue paper comes. So we're going to make it into a square. So by folding one corner up and creating a triangle, we're going to make our tissue paper into a square. So we're going to fold up, create a triangle, and we're going to cut off the extra. Now you can save the extra if you like, and you can make some additional smaller flowers. So the larger your square, the larger your flower for your fascinator is going to be. All right, so I have about 10 sheets of tissue paper, a few different colors, cut into a square. All right, Evan, that's a great looking square there. All right, so we're gonna take our tissue paper and we're gonna fan fold it. So starting at one end, we're gonna fold up about an inch. Flip it over, and then again fold about an inch. So we're going to continue that until our whole sheets of tissue paper are all folded together. So the more sheets that you use, the fuller your flower is going to be. Once again, the larger square you start with, the larger your flower is going to be. You can also use a few small squares and create some fun accent flowers. All right, very nice. So once we have our tissue paper fan folded, we're going to find the center and fold it in half.
Now, the ribbon comes in?
Yes, absolutely. So let's take our ribbon or ribbon, string, whatever you're using, and we're going to just tie a knot around the middle. And this is going to hold our flower together. All right. Now we're going to lay our folded paper down, spread it out a little. Whatever you want to be the inside of your flower is going to be facing up. Okay. And we're going to carefully separate our sheets of tissue paper. Oh, I forgot one part. Yeah, sorry, skipped a little ahead there, didn't I? All right, so let's go back to our folded tissue paper, and let's trim the ends into a shape. So you can do it into a little oval, you could do it pointy. These will be the tips of your petals. So you want them to have a nice shape. Got a little ahead of myself there.
It doesn't have to be perfect, right?
Nope, not at all. All right, so now I've got a nice round edge on the ends of my petals. All right, let's try this again.
Can you separate them?
Yep. So we're going to carefully separate them one at a time. And if you have a little tear in your tissue paper, that's okay. So this is what's going to make your flower nice and full. And you're going to want to do one side and then the other, and make sure you separate all those sheets. I love the colors, Evan.
Thanks. I'm not a huge orange fan, but decided to go with it. Don't want to separate.
And the great thing about tissue paper is, gosh, it's something most of us have hanging around the house. Comes in so many colors. It's lightweight. I've definitely worn some derby hats that had a little weight to them.
Feels like your head's gonna fall over.
Mhm. So once you've separated all of your sheets of tissue paper, we're just going to fluff it a little. So we've got a great multicolored tissue paper flower. That we have to use to make our fascinator. Now, there are you certainly can add some extra decorations. If you want to add some ribbon, some greenery, if you want to put a little, you want to put a little glitter on there. Evan, would you like to add a little glitter to your, put a little glue in there and add a little glitter? Now, if you are working with coffee filters, you can keep them white, but you can also color them. So if you see here, these coffee filters have been colored. And what we do is we just take washable markers, any color, and I'm going to color on my coffee filters a little here. And when you use washable markers, you can take a little bit of water and spray on your coffee filter, and it will really spread out the color like watercolors. Now you'll have to let these dry. Luckily, it is beautiful outside today. If you're around Kentucky, and hopefully it's nice wherever you are at home. You could bring them outside, lay them out, they'll be dry in no time. So I've got about 10 coffee filters here that I've colored, sprayed a little water. They have this nice look. We're just going to put 2 holes in the bottom and string a piece of ribbon through the middle so that they're all attached together, and simply fold up each sheet of coffee filter to create your flower. So you can do it any color you like. You can trim your coffee filters down to make smaller flowers. this is another way to create a fun flower for your fascinator at home. So now that we have some flowers, we're going to attach it to our headband. So using your cardboard or a paper plate, we're just going to cut a circle out, a small circle, and put 2 holes in the middle, okay? And once we have our small circle with our 2 holes in the middle, Evan, we're just going to attach it to our headband. So through one of the holes, through the other, and there we go. Now we have our fascinator base.
Nice.
So
Hey,
we're going to,
Jennifer, we're getting a question from one of our viewers.
oh, we have a question.
Yes. Wanting to know about roughly how many coffee filters to collect.
You can use 10 to 12.
Okay.
So let's take our ribbon that's hanging still from the bottom of our flower and simply attach it to this little bit of headband that's sticking through our paper base.
And just one piece of it, right?
Yep, just go, and you're going to take both ends and you're just going to tie it. And that's going to attach your flower to your fascinator base. And there you go.
There you go.
Lovely.
And I added some glitter.
Looks great. So there's so many fun things you can do with this. Okay, you can do a few small flowers. You could do a really big flower. You could take some feathers. You could use paper and color some feathers. What else, Evan? What do you think is a great way to decorate your fascinator?
Just even adding, little roses maybe
Mhm.
if you're doing a certain color like red or any color really, or even yellow roses or whatever you want.
Yep. Add some extra ribbon to them, and we definitely want to see them. So those of you at home who are having some fun designing your own fascinators, decorating your own hats, make sure you take photos and you tag us at hashtag KY Derby at home. We want to see them. We want to share them with others. If you have any questions, please let us know. There are some instructions you can find on our website, derbymuseum.org. And we are so glad to have you here with us today. Thank you, and happy Derby.
Happy Derby.